All right, on to step 8, side scrollers. We're on 8.1, which is sidescroller1. Let's take a look. First, let's just see what the side scroller does. We'll paste it here and run it. And what we see is we have a bunch of dots, and we have a blue dot in the middle, cyan technically. And as I move the keys right, left, what's happening is it looks like all the green dots and also the X and Y axes are scrolling left and right to the side, hence side scroller. In this version of the side scroller, the player, that is the cyan dot, is always in the middle of the canvas, always. It's everything but the player that's moving at all times, left and right. Okay, and we have a property here, our scroll X. I'm going to hit the once to the right, and scroll X is 5. Twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Each time I do, scroll X goes up by 5. And as I'm doing that, it looks like everything's moving to the left. Okay, so what we're doing is with a scroll X of 50, okay, this green dot right here would have been drawn over here, but we draw it 50 pixels to the left. So everywhere where we draw everything but the cyan dot, we subtract the scroll X to shift it that far to the left, which looks therefore like we're shifting the cyan dot that far to the right. See, 50 pixels from here to here makes it look like the cyan dot's 50 to the right. But the way you do it is by subtracting the scroll X off everything else. And you can see that in the code. So in the code, when we started, we set our scroll X to 0, and we created a bunch of random dots. Okay. Whenever you press a key, if you're going left, well, when you're going right, you scroll, you add 5 to your scroll X, because the scroll X is measuring how far right we went. Hence, if you go left, you subtract. Cool. So then when we're drawing, there's only 2 things that pull off this magic. So whenever we're going to draw the green dots, anything but the cyan dot, because the cyan dot is always right in the center, right? Width over 2, height over 2. But the green dots, we go through each of the dots, and right here, before we draw the dot, we subtract from the X value the scroll X. That's exactly what we said we do. We draw the dot scroll X distance to the left, which makes it look like the cyan player went scroll X to the right. We do the exact same thing with the X and Y axes. To draw the axes, we have to subtract off scroll X. And that's just that. So again, if when you're drawing, you subtract scroll X from everything, it shifts it that way to the left. If you don't do that for the cyan dot stays still, and that is side scroller 1.